The last meeting of the 2020 year. I hope everyone is going well. I just want to know, just send me a thumb if you hear me, if everyone is hear me. Dominique, Clara, perfect. I see you. Perfect. Up, just quick. Perfect. I just want to let you know that this meeting will be recorded, and this meeting is about. I wanna do a small meeting to try to explain more what is what about push, the push application, what we developed. To answer question, I'm here for you now. That's why you can or you can send me by the chat, or if you want to talk, just don't be on mute. Okay, guys, perfect. We will start with the push, and after that, I will talk about training camp and HP touches and competition. Okay, before to talk about the push application, I have to just explain a little bit more what is the HP touches, because I talk about that since a few months now, and it's important to understand why we call HP touches and why it's different than a touch. Okay, HP touches is very important because when I did the analysis of fencing, I do a study about the high performance and how to reach some goals in fencing, and one of the most important criteria of the performance for athletes is the volume of the fencing against opponent on the same level or greater opponent. That's why for us, I calculate, I do a study with one of our fencers. I think you already see this table. In blue, you can see the Shaul Gordon touches, and in orange, this is the HP touches from an Italian. And I want to talk quickly about that. But the HP touches, we count HP touches in a FIE competition, in international training camp, and in the domestic training. The domestic training is training in your club, in your province. And if we compare, for example, the competition column, if you compare Shaul, Shaul is 775 HP touches in 2 years in competition. And if you take the column of the competition columns of the Curatori, the Italian fencers, he fenced 1,000 HP touches more than Shaul. But the big difference is the domestic training. Okay, the volume of the HP touches at the training, and this is where there is a big difference. If we compare us and other strong country in fencing. That's why if you look the Italian domestic HP touches volume, he got 33,600 HP touches in 2 years. And if you compare with the Shaul Gordon, is only 20,000. That's why there is a difference of 30,000 HP touches in 2 years. And this is where we can close the gap, because we observed that the HP touches volume is very important for us. We know that our athletes travel and participate in a lot of competition instead of have a higher volume of training in your club or in your province. And I think one of our big strategy now is to put the focus on the training more than to go in competition and just go in competition to do a one round of pool and 1 or 2 bout in the That's why it's very important to target good competition for you and also be able to fence a lot during your club training. This is the most important part. Okay. On below there is a table, what we expect. Okay, this is an average. This is some estimation. We know that it's very difficult for everyone to reach in the HPT's goals, but with these numbers, we want that you try to reach as much as possible. Okay, how we can count? For example, senior athletes have to do per year 80,000 HP touches. It's represented approximately 380 HP touches during 48 weeks of training, because we consider that a senior should train as a professional athlete 48 weeks. And when we say senior, it's not senior, it's HP fencers. All HP fencers should train 48 weeks per year. Okay, as a worker, when anyone in your family, dad, mom, going at work, they work 50 weeks per year. But for an HP fencer, this is the same. We expect that you train 48, 50 weeks per year. That's why the volume of 18,000 HP touches, approximately, if you're a senior, if he is able to fence 380 HP touches during 48 weeks, he should be close to the 18,000. For junior, it's 14,000. It means 30 HP touches during 48 weeks. And for cadet, for U17, it's 12,000. It means 250 HP touches during 48 weeks. Another important part is the international training camp, okay? Because we observe that it's important to go in competition, but it's more important to go in international training camp and participate and go everywhere where you have contact, where your coach knows someone, or if you have any invitation for a summer training camp or winter training camp in Europe or in a good club where there are a lot of fencers, I encourage you to go there instead to go in competition. The competition is very important, but don't forget to target the good thing to do. Okay, sometimes a training camp could have better it's better to fence a training camp than a competition, because in competition, if you lose on the first round of DE or the second round, you have one round of pool. It means 6 bouts plus 2 bouts in 15. It means approximately 2 bouts, 25 HP touches per bout. It means 50 touches in the DE and maybe another 40. It means a competition you can have, if you lose very earlier in the competition, you can have at approximately 90, 100 HP touches for a competition. Instead to go in training camp, international training camp, you can fence 500, 600 HP touches during a week, and it's more beneficial for you. That's why a U17, a cadet, should fence 12,000 HP touches per season. International training camp, for cadet, it's important. 1,000. It means a cadet should travel 2 times per year in any international training camp and try to achieve and try to reach 500 HP touches during this week. 2,500 for junior and 5,000 for senior. And in competition, as I said at the beginning, do what you can. But the most important is not the competition. And I think you will see in next years, but we will promote more to participate in more competition in your level, in the level adapted to us, than instead to go every time in a World Cup or in a big competition. That's why for athletes and for coaches, it will be very important too to have a good planification, to make some good plans for during this season. That's why just a quick thing about HP touches, how to count an HP touches. If you fence against, as I said, you have to fence against an opponent the same level or greater. If the score of the bout is 15-10, you and your opponent have got 25 HP touches. This is how you have to count and how you have to calculate HP touches. Okay. Push. I just show you quickly how to we use push, and after that I will show you in direct, in live, how to deal with that. Push is a new application, but this application we implemented since September. It's not completely ready. We're still developing the application, but now we can put on this application some fencing content from national coaches. There are also some strength and conditioning training adapted to fencing, and we also can count the HP touches. Here you have the front page. It means this is where you can, it's in French, I will show you after in English. But how to do, you have to go here, program, this is schedule, okay? When you go on program, schedule, you can see that. And here on your phone, you can see the day highlighted. It's today. Now it was, it's today, 15. And today, for example, I have a fencing monitoring and fencing stuff. I will show you later what is it. Here, this is what when you click on a fencing monitoring on fencing, there is something like that appear. The band bush is not connected. You don't need a band bush, okay? Push could be used with the band. But now we didn't use for everyone. That's why we just use it very easy. That's why when the push app said the band push is not connected, you just click on continue. Okay. What we can do here, this is the fencing training, okay, by national coaches. That's why when you click fencing, on the last page, on the previous page, there is a fencing training. When I click on fencing, this is all exercise, all stuff, what national coaches want to share, want to provide to you. Sometimes it could be some footwork, it could be some tips. We don't ask you to do all trainings. We just try to give you more contents. We try to give you more stuff for your club, because we know that there is a confinement and it's difficult to travel, and that's why we want to give you more fencing content. And if you want to work more alone on the side, because sometimes your club is just open 2 times or 3 times per week, with these programs and with all this stuff, you can train by yourself at home. It's easy. Here, this is the page to understand, to show you all exercise. I will show you after in live how to do that. At the end of you have a video and all instruction. And at the end, you have to submit how you feel after the training. There is also a strength and conditioning training part on this application. Same stuff. It means when you go in, you have video and all exercise and all reps. This is the fencing program adapted for fencing. Okay, we're working with a strength and conditioning trainer specialized in fencing. They work in fencing since 8 years. They work in Montreal with the national team. That's why, we know that it's a good strength and conditioning program. And the last part on the right of this slide is HP touches. You can count every day. Every day you can count how many HP touches you make per training. Okay, and you put the exact number of HP touches. At the end, I already started with Olympic athletes. I sent to all athletes a report about what was their the HP touches during this week, these 2 weeks, last week, and we have some data. And with that, all athletes know what they did, if they reach the goal, what we expect at the beginning, because Olympic athletes have tried to reach 380 HP touches per week. That's why we encourage them to. It's mandatory for them. It's mandatory to put HP touches on the application, and after that we can see what they do in their home. And also the last part is of the report. You can see on a below. This is all the report of what athletes did. It means if I'm talking about for coaches, if coaches want some report of your athletes training, I can send to you. That's how you can see what they did, if they put all HP touches. I can communicate with the coaches some information to help you to make a good planification for your athletes. Okay. I'm stop to share my screen. Do you have any question to start? And before I show you in live how push is working, and maybe I can yeah, if someone has a issue, I can fix it now. Anyone wanna ask any question? No, guys. If you have your push application, go in, please. I want everyone with a cell phone. If you have, go in the application. We will do it together. If you don't have it, just let me know, and you can download the push application on your phone. Okay, I just show you in live how it's working. Okay, I will put it in English just to show you. Okay, when you go in push, you have all this information. Okay, you go depending your weapon. You have different programs. Okay, men saber have a different program than woman saber, than a woman foil, men foil. Okay, that way it's different depending your weapon. You go on a schedule. Okay, this is my schedule for today. Okay, I'm seeing that right now. I'm seeing that. This is a strength and conditioning. There is a strength and conditioning program. Okay, I don't have the band. I click and keep working and keep doing that. Okay, now this is all my strength and conditioning training for my session. Okay, how I do when I start something, I click. The training is running. First exercise. I'm going here. I'm going here, and I'm seeing the video. That's why I hope my network is good. Yeah, I can see the video, the example of the tray of what I have to do, and I have all instruction below. Okay, when it's done, you're going back. Okay, you slide on the up, you sweep. And you go on another one. Okay, you go and you have all your exercise here. Okay, when it's done, you have to put a note on how was the training. Okay, it's at the end. And for example, today, if I have Fencing training, I go on fencing monitoring, same. I don't have the band. I'm going there. I go on fencing monitoring. And for example, if today I fence 4 bouts, and if I win 15-5, my 4 bouts, it's 20 HP touches per bout. So that's why I put my number of touches. Okay. When it's done, my training is done. I stop it. How was my workout? Easy tonight. And it's done. Okay. And after that, you can switch. You have another program for another day. I'm not able. Yeah. If you switch every day, you have different. If you have a bubble around the day, it means you have something planned in your schedule. As I said, the most important is the HP touches count. Okay. If you wanna do fencing stuff or strength and conditioning, it's up to you. It's up to your coach. We know that your coach giving to you a lot of training. Some of you have strength and conditioning coaches at home. We don't want to replace the coach. We want to help you and help coaches to give you more volume. Do you have any question? Yes, I have some question. Okay, Karen, my question is about the push. Really hard to use. Which training schedule option is the one to track these HP points? The HP points is on a fencing monitoring. It means when you go in fencing monitoring, you put the HP points.
Yeah, I see that now. It's just I have to click fencing monitoring, and then there's fencing monitoring again, so I have to click it twice. And then I get confused because there's one called Hooper McKinnon, which I don't even know what that is. And so I have like a bunch of start and stops on some of these, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing now. So yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible to like rename like fencing monitoring / HP points? I just feel that'd be way easier to make it as descriptive as possible.
Okay, I will change it. Good idea. We will change it.
Yeah, just add HP points to that fencing monitoring, and then I think that would be fantastic.
Perfect. And just to let you know, the Hooper McKinnon is a test. What we propose to you at the end of each training is a test about how you feel, how was your training, and you give they ask you, it's eight question about did your training was stressful, how you feel, how you get, how was intense, how your training was intense, and if you completed this questionnaire every day, after that you can have a good picture of how was your training during a period. Okay, it means if you do it during 15 days, you have 15 days of some notation about your feeling after all trainings.
Right. So just to so that's okay. But then the problem is that you can start a session under Hooper McKinnon, and you could also start a time session under fencing monitoring. So do you have to, if you're going to do the feedback quiz, or can we just call it like session feedback quiz and don't have to click that start session button at the top? Because that's also like, I've gone there before and maybe 30 years.
We have a lot of trouble with this starting session. Honestly, don't take care about that. It means you can start it one time at the end of the training, and even for the Hooper McKinnon, you don't care about when you start the Hooper McKinnon questionnaire when it's done. Okay. I'm working with a developer of this application.
Yeah,
it's a new application. They developed it for fencing, but it's not completely ready. It should be more useful next year. That's why some stuff, like as you said, Karen, not working very well. That's why for Hooper McKinnon, don't
Okay.
It doesn't matter
Everything
about
is
this.
fancy monitoring, and then if you want to put your feedback, you can do that second one then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, Helen, if the touch HP touches is mandatory for cadet and junior HP program? No, not at all. Okay, just for Olympic athletes. Now this is it's a test season. I implemented and I introduced it now just to have time to show you and to you try this season in your club. Take the time to use it, and it won't be mandatory now, but maybe in a few years. We don't know yet. According the HP booklet, is it only mandatory? Yeah, for senior. That's why I said. Can we go back and report HP touches made in September, November? You can. As I said, the goal is to try and test this new application. I prefer that you start in January if you didn't start yet. Start in January, and if you start in January, I will send you a report every 15 days. I do it for Olympic athletes. Every 15 days, I send a report of how many HP touches and the Hooper McKinnon questionnaire result. Okay. Yeah. Do you have other question, guys? Bart, how are we supposed to use the app during the HP training camps that we will organize? Yeah, the HP training camps is honestly the goal of the HP training camp now this season is to we want that all athletes train at home, train in their club. That's why for the HP training camp, we want clubs anywhere where you're from. I want your club or your province able to organize an event or with at least 250 HP touches. During this HP training camp, if you the maximum per day is 250 on the app. We can increase it, but if you do 250 per day, it's a huge day for you. That's why, or you can put the total of the training camp in one day, or every day you can put the number of HP touches. But be sure that my goal for the HP training camp is not to verify all HP touches. We want that you, clubs and province, as I said, organize something for athletes at home and not encourage them to travel. That's why, yeah, try to manage something with your club and the province for that.
So I have a question about that too.
Yeah.
From the last time, like for me, for example, or say, I don't know, Kirsten Bay Marion, like we don't live in major centers. So my question is, I mean, I think it's great to do the training camps and the HP points, but as far as counting them, there's no way that people who don't live in major centers are going to get to any training camps. Like we don't have the club size, and even if we had people, they're not, HP, so the points aren't going to count if we could, which in London we definitely can't. So how do we factor in sort of geographical bias there? Because it's unrealistic if you don't live in Vancouver. And I don't even know if TFC is going to be able to have those camps, but it's going to be really difficult because there's no overnight stay and there's no eating out and all that stuff, right?
This season, I give the opportunity to clubs to manage it. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we don't live in Toronto or Vancouver, for example, we're not going to get there.
No matter who is your opponent during the HP training camps, if your clubs is saying that this weekend they organize the HP training camps, and even if you are the strongest, and even if no one is stronger as you in this training camp, you can count all these HP touches in your volume. Okay, because this is a special event organized by the club or by the province with a high volume of fencing, even if it's not real HP touches against opponent on the same level or greater than as you, it will count. This season, we have to be flexible about that. Next season, if we can travel, it will be very different. But this season, we have to be flexible. That's why I said at the beginning, let your club and your coaches to find a way to organize a big day of fencing or 2 big days of fencing, and if it's the case, it will count as a HP training camp.
But like in London, for example, there's not even a dedicated club space, and none of the community centers are open for even having things. So how do people who don't live in Toronto, Vancouver, or Montreal, if you live in a small town, you don't have dedicated, like how do you get those in? That's the question I have, and I don't know if it's feasible to do that.
If I'm taking the Lynn is in a meeting, she can confirm. But in Saskatchewan there are 8 or 9 clubs, and the biggest one is approximately 150 fencers, and the smallest is 24 fencers. For example, if the smallest club in Saskatchewan, the 24 fencers, organize a training camp, I think usually you should live in a city where there is a club and where you have some training partners. That's why
do you know how much I commute to go to TFC? It's like an 8-hour commute for a 2-hour practice. This is the reality of the situation that some of us have. So it's not happening in COVID. It's not happening, right?
I know. That's why I let all clubs and all coaches to organize this training camp until end of March, because I know in January it won't be possible for many cities. That's why if you are able to organize it, do it. If you are able to travel in a club near to your own club, go. But if you can't, unfortunately, this season it won't be possible for you. That's why I said during the meeting, but even the HP competition, what we supposed to organize in March or February or March, we are supposed to organize this competition, but we will organize only if all athletes in Canada are allowed to travel. That's why even this season for any competition, it will be very difficult. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Karen, but try to do your maximum and let me know if I can give you a contact. I can try to help you if you want some contact to do HP touches or to do some training camps near to your home.
Yeah, I can reach out to you separately.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks, Benjamin.
You're welcome. Do you have any question, guys? Another question? No? No? Perfect. No question. It means it was clear. No? Perfect, guys. Do you want to do just a quick, do you want to explain more about the next season? What will be the ranking? How we will do the national team selection? Hélène, when we will know about the tournament? I hope in January. I hope let you know in January, mid-January. I hope to announce the tournament will be held, will be organized. And just to let you know, for all national team selection, it means World Championships, cadet and junior World Championships, senior Pan Am Championships, or FISU Games in August. For these 3 championships, all the selection will be organized with 2 HP camps, 2 HP competition, but for cadet and junior, it will be organized the same weekend in February or March, cadet and junior or junior and senior. For senior, we will organize 1 senior during the winter and another senior in May. This is the plan for the competition. And you also have to know that to be selected for any of national team, there is a criteria, a minimum criteria. It's a podium. It's a podium in any Canada, in any HP competition. A podium and a top 6 in a HP ranking. This is the national team selection for the next season. If we are not able to organize any competition because of COVID, we will take the 2019 and 2020 HP ranking as a selection. Okay. Helen, will HP Point earn in 18-19 season? Will be no. It was the 1920 season. The 1920 season will count for the national team selection if we are not able to organize anything before the World Championships, before April. If we are able to organize the HP tournament, we will take the HP ranking of this season. Bart.
Benjamin?
Oui, Ayash.
Are you going to take the old HP ranking of last year, even the artists are not training to the World Championship?
In the case, or we can organize anything. Yeah, we will take the ranking when the COVID arrived. It means the March 2020 ranking will be taken for the 21 World Championship for cadet and junior if we cannot organize nothing. Even if they didn't, even if it's difficult to do that, but this is the only way to protect us, to have something else. C'est bon, Yash?
C'est bon, merci.
Bart, cadet and junior World Championships, ahead, it will be in April or could be pushed back to May or June. No, it probably will be organized in April with the Olympic, the senior Olympic qualification tournament. There is one tournament for all athletes not already qualified for Tokyo in April, the last tournament. And right now, the FIE wants to organize the cadet and junior World Championships at the same time of this tournament. That's why he won't be moved to May or June. And the probability to have a World Championships is high.
Yeah, I'd heard that the FIE is actually visiting Egypt in January to kind of see, because Egypt's been holding tournaments, tournaments now.
Yeah.
And so, anyway.
We don't know if Egypt will be, if they keep Egypt, but we heard maybe in Budapest, something like that.
Oh, okay.
There are some rumors, but we are not sure yet.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. No more question, guys? No? If you have any question during your Christmas time, not during Christmas time, take a rest, because I will take rest. Enjoy your family, and if you have any question about the HP program, about the HP touches, about the push app, don't hesitate to communicate with me. If you don't receive, just to finish, to register, to log in on the push application, you should receive an email in your box. And if you download the app and with the email, you can log in and start the push application. Okay, guys? Clara, Dominique, quickly, just a quick things. Vous pouvez changer, you can change your personal email in your push app. If you go on setting, on the setup, you can change your email to have your personal email.
Mais le problème, c'est plutôt qu'ils ne peuvent pas entrer dans N2 parce qu'ils n'ont pas. C'est ça? Ils ne peuvent pas rentrer dans lui à l'écran.
Et est-ce que on avait envoyé l'adresse sur le vôtre et celui de votre femme? Est-ce que vous l'avez reçu ou pas encore?
Non, je n'ai pas reçu. Non, on n'a pas reçu. Comme la nouvelle, c'est ça, là, comme les deux nouveaux courriels, là, on ne les a pas reçus.
OK. Bon, ben, je vais les relancer, je vais vous les renvoyer de suite.
OK. D'accord. Merci.
Merci.
Yes.
Sinon, if there is no question, guys, Joyeux Noël, Merry Christmas to everyone. Take a good time with your family. Be careful with this virus, and see you in 2021, guys.
Merci, Benjamin.
Merci à vous. Merci à Yash.
Thanks, Ben.
Joyeux
Merci
Noël.
les gars.
Merci.
Joyeux Noël.
T'as un beau sourire, David House. T'as une belle photo.
Il est tout
Salut.
beau, David. Ciao les gars.
Salut.
Bye bye.